When you hear Spotify, what comes to mind is one of the world's largest audio and music streaming services. But the app is currently not dancing to the public's tune, as they've landed in hot soup. Just in case you're not aware, not only does Spotify do more than stream music, it also has features where you can listen to your favorite podcast. And one of the service's licensed podcasts might just have given the streaming service a little more than it can chew. Host of the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Joe Rogan has become the center of controversy for a while, following his inaccurate claims about vaccinations and COVID-19. And just recently, Rogan's viewpoint has been called into question when singer India Ari posted a montage of clips showing Rogan using the N-word.
The thing.
Yes. Saying the word
I already said is just like
saying
she's calling you a boy who's a starts calling him.
Indy Ari posted the clips in response to fans who kept asking the singer why she was withdrawing her music from Spotify. Before Ari's decision was made public, Rogan released an apology video of some sort in his verified Instagram account, explaining how he was only interested in telling the truth and having interesting conversations when questioned about his COVID-19 claims, with many maintaining that the host's choice of words were deliberately misleading. The COVID-19 vaccine has not come without its onslaught of controversial views, with some for getting the jab and others being totally anti-vax. And we're not sure of Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock's views, but we do know that he stands with Rogan, even if he didn't stand with him for too long. In response to Joe's video, Johnson commented, "Great stuff here, brother, perfectly articulated." He also said that he looked forward to one day appearing on Rogan's podcast and breaking out the tequila with you. But it hasn't taken too long for the Fast and Furious movie star to start having second thoughts on his prior comments. Not long after Rogan's video dropped, Indy then pulled her catalog from Spotify and shared a compilation of Rogan using the N-word multiple times on his show. Going by The Rock's public show of support of Rogan, author Don Winslow made a tweet addressed to Johnson. "You're a hero to many people, and using your platform to defend Joe Rogan, a guy that used and laughed about using the N-word dozens of times, is a terrible use of your power." Winslow wrote, "Have you actually listened to this man's many racist statements about black people?" Johnson then wrote back to Winslow, thanking him for the enlightenment, saying, "Thank you so much for this. I hear you as well as everyone here 100%. I was not aware of his N-word use before my comments, but now I've become educated to his complete narrative. Learning moment for me." Over the weekend, Rogan then took to making another apology video via Instagram for his consistent use of the racial slur. "I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now," he said. "It looks fucking horrible, even to me." Rogan continued, claiming that he stopped using that word by clarifying that he hasn't said it in years. Just as expected, and rightfully so, a lot of celebrities are using their platform to call out Rogan's poor choice of words, with many musicians like Neil Young and Indy removing their music from the streaming service in protest. And so, Rogan's controversial podcast continues to have a ripple effect. After Young cited Rogan's show for spreading false information about vaccines, other celebrities, as well as the streamer itself, have reacted, with some following Young's lead. For example, Joni Mitchell. Spotify has made a public show of support of Rogan, stating their stance is with the podcast host, although the platform has quietly deleted more than 100 episodes of the Rogan podcast in the last few days, despite their show of support. The subject matter of the deleted episodes is not known, although many of the guests on the programs were well-known conservative voices. In turn, it appears as though one good turn deserves another is a true saying. When, during a stand-up performance at the Vulcan Gas Co. in Austin, Texas, just recently, an audience member asked Rogan if he planned to accept the offer to leave Spotify for right-wing platform Rumble, of which he replied, "No, Spotify has hung in with me, inexplicably. Let's see what happens," Rogan said, according to the Los Angeles Times. He explained further that the compilation video made of him saying the N-word had been racist as fuck, even to him. "I'm me and I'm watching it saying, 'Stop saying it.' I put my cursor over the video and I'm like, 4 more minutes?" While on that stage, Rogan also acknowledged that he shouldn't be giving out medical advice. "I talk shit for a living. That's why this is so baffling to me," Rogan said. "If you're taking vaccine advice from me, is that really my fault? What dumb shit were you about to do when my stupid idea sounded better? You know that dude who made people eat animal dick on TV? How does he feel about medicine? If you want my advice, don't take my advice." Well, there you have it, folks. Spoken from the horse's mouth. And even though he has been doubling down on his comments, in a new episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, he called the trending video of him a political hit job, but said he did say he did not regret his apology. That Spotify is seemingly in support of Rogan has left a sour taste in the mouth of a lot of folks, and some of them are not holding back. Actress and model Paula Patton has expressed her views when she shared an image about Spotify standing by Rogan on her Instagram page, in a lengthy post in which she explained that the image prompted her to look up just what he had said. "What I discovered was shocking and disturbing," the Precious Star wrote. Joe Rogan spoke the N-word an obscene amount of times. He said when going to a black neighborhood to watch Planet of the Apes that he felt that he had walked into the Planet of the Apes. He called black people apes. Patton said his rhetoric in that instance and others was regressive and racist, as well as dangerous. When you wonder why there is so much violence used on black people, one reason is because some people consciously or unconsciously think that a black person is animal-like and less than them, and believing that makes it much easier to kill and incarcerate them, the Mission Impossible star continued. She said that while she has discovered new artists through the streamer, she could no longer give them her money. "Standing by Joe Rogan is unacceptable. I deleted and canceled Spotify yesterday," Patton wrote. "I encourage all of you that have it to do the same. This is one small way I believe we can make change happen. We can forgive, but there still needs to be consequences, or nothing ever really changes." While The Rock hasn't made any additional comments on the topic, fans are furious about his perceived lack of tactic, and they're not afraid to let him know exactly how they feel. One fan wasn't having Dwayne's response to the Joe Rogan controversy, saying, "Hey, The Rock, since you want to retract your support for Joe Rogan, how about us fans stop supporting? Or all the other times you spoke in the WWE talking Chinese. Oh, but that's okay, right?" Another fan tweeted, "When All Lives Matter goes wrong, Dwayne Johnson isn't that ignorant. He just realized that Joe Rogan ship is sinking, so he jumped into that I didn't know lifeboat. Cue Titanic theme." It doesn't take much to figure out that some people believe Joe shouldn't be hanged just yet, because, according to them, the articulate podcast host just made an honest mistake. One fan rationing on Twitter, "Just wondering, Dwayne Johnson, since Steve Austin called a black man in The Longest Yard the N-word, is that okay since it was in a film? Keeping in mind that Stone Cold did it in the worst way possible, but Joe Rogan was just saying the word in the most innocent way a white man can." There's no mistake that Joe has made a lot of controversial comments over the years, but this time, a lot of people want the podcast wonder to be held responsible. Let's just hope that Rogan has learned from this experience. Do you think Joe Rogan is a racist? Or was it all an honest mistake? Should his apology be accepted and him be forgiven? Did The Rock do the right thing by supporting him initially? Let us know what you think down below. See you next time, and thanks for watching.